Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we've ours were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land and of the free, and the home of the brave. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won.
You may be seated. Good afternoon, family, invited guests, board trustees, Dr. Hamilton, district admin. Welcome to our first graduation in the newly renovated auditorium at Thornton High School. What do you think? It is my pleasure to be here to graduate the first class from Nellie E. Thornton High School, class of 2019. Our class president, Ms. Kelsey Beto, will now do the greeting.
Good afternoon, Superintendent Hamilton, members of the Board of Trustees, Mayor Thomas, our principal, Dr. Collins, faculty and staff of Thornton High School and Performing and Visual Arts Magnet School, parents, friends, family, invited guests, and most importantly, the graduates of 2019. My name is Kelsey Beto, your senior class president. I often wonder how a soft-spoken and shy girl like me got to represent her class. Writing this speech wasn't easy, not because I didn't know what to say, but because I couldn't believe that the day we all been waiting for is finally here. The day we finally say goodbye to Nellie A. Thornton High School. The school has undergone many changes, and so has our class. We came in as intimidated, naive, and nervous freshmen, and now we leave as confident, motivated, and mature young men and women, ready to change the world. It's like Mr. Smith tells us every morning. We've been training for years for this. After today, the real show, life, begins. It seems like yesterday, but these 4 years went by in a flash. Throughout our 4 years, we made and lost friends, joined clubs, participated in sports, and frustrated teachers. I joined student government along with Anthony Hernandez, Carlos Bravo, Imani Burnett. We fundraised, brought ideas to the table, and worked together for the class of 2019. It wasn't easy, but we all made it happen one way or another. To the teachers and staff who have been our mentors and have shaped us to lead and be prepared for our future lives, I would like to say thank you. I am especially thankful for our class advisor, Mr. Hernandez. I know I stressed him out so much this year, reminding him to email people back, to get our senior activities approved, and to organize our senior dues. You put up with our mood swings, and most importantly, you made things happen that made us feel special. On behalf of the class of 2019, I want to thank you for your time, creativity, and dedication so that we did have a year to remember. You supported our ideas and made them all possible. Time flew by quickly, just how our parents told us it would. The class of 2019 would like to thank our parents, guardians, and caretakers, the people who motivate, inspire, and push us to achieve more than we thought we could. Someone who has been a role model to me is my avid teacher, Ms. Rhodes. I am part of her first avid class. Being a part of this class has changed my life. Through avid, Ms. Rhodes inspired me to be a strong woman who never gives up and knows the sky is the limit. I'd also like to thank my mother especially for being my #1 supporter. Thanks for waking me up on days I didn't want to go to school, and for the days you would remind me that I am the future of the family. I hope I made you proud, Mom. I hope with all my heart that each and every member of the class of 2019 cherishes these precious moments we spent together. Because no matter how much you may want to change things, the past is the past, so let's enjoy the present and look forward to a better future. I didn't want to get to this part of the speech after saying all those great things, but it's time for the part where I try to say goodbye. Goodbye to zero period. Goodbye to school lunch. Goodbye to crowded hallways. Goodbye to the class of 2019. And goodbye to high school. We shouldn't look at this as an ending, but rather beginning of a life filled with promise, success, new experience, new people, and the unknown. Thank you, Class of 2019, for allowing me to be your voice in the last year of your journey and putting your trust and confidence in me. We laughed, we cried, we joked, but most importantly, we made it. Now we say hello to life. Once again, congratulations to the Class of 2019. I would like to invite the Student Body Vice President, Anthony Hernandez, on stage for a special presentation.
Dr. Collins, would you please step forward? On behalf of the Class of 2019, we would like to present you with this gift. This painting was done by some of the finest artists of the Class of 2019. Alessandra Martin, Azriel Herbert, Anthony Marmolejos, DiMario Lee Budai, Juan Franco, Ty Murphy, and Jonte Williams. And also, this painting is a portrait of Louie Armstrong. He was chosen because we did some research. Well, actually Mr. Hernandez did some research. And he found out that Louie Armstrong actually performed on this very stage. We hope that this portrait serves as a reminder for students of Thornton and Performing Arts Magnet to aspire to one day be as successful and well known as Louie Armstrong.
I am honored. Thank you guys so very much. Beautiful painting. I love the art. You know that. And I love you. Next up to this podium will be our Superintendent, Dr. Kenneth R. Hamilton.
Good afternoon. To our distinguished parents, our graduates, to members of our Board President Wanda White, Vice President Marlene Torres, Trustee Michael McOwen, and Darcy Miller. Good afternoon. I am honored today to stand before you, our first official high school graduation at our new venue, and it is no doubt or without coincidence that you are trailblazers and you're setting new standards, setting a new history, setting new parameters for those that will follow. Perhaps one of the greatest challenges we have as educators is to know that oftentimes our work will go unnoticed. Many of the students sitting here today will go on to do great things, some of which we will never really know the impact. But I know because of the leadership of this building, your teachers, your guidance counselors, and your parents, many of whom I have had the opportunity to meet, your foundation is a strong one. That you will go on and you will lead the world and you will make significant changes, that your impact will be profound. I want to encourage you to always remember the basic discipline of being studious, being diligent, being consistent, and to live your life with a purpose and to make a difference in the world. To remember those who are less fortunate, to remember your civic responsibility to help your community, to come back and to reach out and to remember your underclassmen. And how exciting is it to be heading into a world with such a powerful, well-equipped toolkit that will give you everything you need to choose your own destiny. Anything you desire to do is at your fingertips. Whether you are heading off to college, going off into the work world, going into the military, everything you need to be successful, you have it. Never be crippled by your fear. Never be shackled by the mistakes of your past. Always remember that it's perfectly normal to make mistakes. It's how you rebound from them that determines the character and your integrity. To always remember that you have a place here in Mount Vernon. While it's only 4 miles wide, its reach is profound. People who have gone on to do some of the most impressive things in the arts and entertainment, in politics, in education, in medicine, have walked the halls of schools here in Mount Vernon. And you will also have a legacy. You will have a legacy that others will want to emulate. You will have a legacy that others will want to mimic. And most importantly, you have an obligation to make sure that your light will forever shine and that you will be a beacon of success as displayed by your decorum here today in your satisfactory completion of your high school graduation requirements. As a superintendent of schools, I stand before you as proud as I can be to know that among you are lawyers and doctors and teachers and entrepreneurs and political leaders. Among you are folks who will come back and commit their lives to this community and to this school district. Among you are people who will make a difference in the world. Among you are people who may very well find a cure to cancer. Imagine that. Among you will be people who will find a way to create peace or to solve hunger or all those things that plague our country and our world. Imagine how fortunate you are to be a child today heading into a world with so much in your toolkit. We have been working very, very hard in the district, from the Board of Trustees to the district administration, to make sure that you had a quality education and that you would be able to look back on your high school experience with pride and satisfaction and knowing that you have what it takes to make a difference. I could not be happier to know that the world is going to be better just because you exist. I will leave you with a couple of things that I'd like you to carry with you. First of all, when I think back to my high school graduation, I could not begin to tell you who the keynote speaker was. I couldn't tell you a single thing that was said because I was there, sitting there waiting for my name to be called to walk across the stage and then to leave the building and go on, whether I was going to do dinner or go to a party, whatever it was not on the present moment. But I would like to just call your attention to one moment, so that you will walk away with this. You will be faced with many challenges. You'll choose your future spouse, your friends. You'll make choices that will determine where you live, what kind of car you drive. Please make your decisions carefully. Please be very cognizant of who you break bread with, which parties you go to. And it's okay to go to the party. It's perfectly fine to enjoy your youth, but know when to leave the party. Know when it's time to get back to business. And when it's time to make a choice about how you spend your life or who you spend your life with, remember, ignore what people say and pay attention to what they do. That will determine who your friends are. And lastly, love doesn't hurt. Love feels good. So anytime you're in a situation and someone says they love you and it hurts, it ain't love. So I wish you well. I am proud. I am filled with glee. And most importantly, I look forward to your imprint. And I will be looking to see what you will be doing in the future that will bring honor and grace to this Mount Vernon City School District. Congratulations and God bless you.
Next, we will have a greeting by our board president, Ms. Wanda White.
To the superintendent of school, Dr. Kenneth, to the principal of this graduating class, Mrs. Evelyn Collins, to the parents, friends, family, and distinguished guests, good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we would like to congratulate these scholars. You have achieved many accomplishments, and you have so many more to reach for. You have infinite power, endless possibilities, and boundless opportunities in the future. So continue to believe in yourself and always strive to follow your dreams. Again, congratulations and thank you.
Next, we will have a greeting by the Mayor of Mount Vernon, the Honorable Richard Thomas.
Good afternoon. Graduates, you guys ready to graduate? All right, you gotta do one thing before you do that. You gotta stand up. Come on, just stand up one quick second. Turn to your parents. Find them in the audience. Say thank you. That's all you gotta do. Just one small thank you, because, and not only thank them, but thank your teachers, thank your principal, thank your school board. All right, y'all can be seated now. That's one good Kodak moment, I know. But there's so many more to come. But earlier today, I had the privilege of running into a friend I haven't seen in 19 years. Since I graduated high school at Mount Vernon High. And just know that time does fly by, but this is the moment that you must savor. Take the pictures, take the moment, soak it in, because this moment forward is yours. You're off to your future. And as the superintendent said, know when to leave the party, but also make sure that you don't water weeds. Be able to tell the difference between those flowers that are blooming and poison ivy that people tell you is grass. What I can tell you is there are a lot of challenges. The road ahead is riddled with potholes. Don't worry about those outside, we're gonna get them. Twists, turns, but you gotta keep going forward no matter what. And know that as long as you keep the faith and you remain a knight of hope, a beacon of positivity on behalf of the city of Mount Vernon, just know that this will always be home. We want you to go out there, pursue your dreams, and know that all the people that are around you, your parents, your friends, the faculty here, all want to see you succeed. So on behalf of the city of Mount Vernon, I say congratulations. I know we're joined by a council member Marcus Griffith is here with us. Wishing council, congratulations. And always remember that everything has a beginning, and some things, everything has an end. But this is a beautiful beginning, the next chapter of your life. The city of Mount Vernon congratulates you. Go forward and never ever give up. Congratulations.
I'm like, this child is a very quiet child. But I was very surprised. Doesn't matter what I ask him, he always does it. When I say, are you ready to go to Albany? He says yes. It is with great pleasure that I introduce you to one of our first MBK fellows, one David Franco, your class salutatorians.
I'd like to begin by saying hello and thank you for everyone being here this afternoon. I would like to give special thanks to Dr. Hamilton, Mayor Thomas, and all of the esteemed guests and district personnel. I would like to direct this speech directly to the guests of honor today, the graduating class of 2019. I'm glad to say that we made it. From when we came in September of 2015 to now, we each have gone through different experiences that have changed us all. From that middle school graduate to graduating seniors to now deciding on how we want to continue our lives. So I want to leave you all with this question: what now? For most of our lives, we have been told what we must do. You must go to elementary school and pass so you can go to middle school. You must go to middle school so you can go to high school. And originally, you must go to high school so you can go to college. But with how our times are now, college isn't necessarily the next goal for everyone. After college, there are multiple possibilities that we can choose. We don't need to pressure ourselves with typical expectations. Being a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, there are as many jobs that someone can be successful in as the number of people that seek it. What I'm trying to say is, we now have full control of what we plan to do. We aren't being guided by the hand anymore. We won't always have that guidance counselor who will hear us out and help us when deciding things, nor that favorite teacher that we will see every day. We now decide what we want to do and when. And don't take this the wrong way, but the freedom we are about to face won't be a good, always. There are going to be times when you don't know what you're doing, and no one can blame you. You were never taught any of this, dealing with money, car maintenance, credit, insurance, etc. But life won't see it that way. Life won't care about excuses. However, there is good news. Throughout all of this, I want you to know that you will always have someone to look back on to help. It is okay to look for and ask for help. There are family members, friends, old teachers, coaches. Remember that in most cases, other people went through this too. No matter the situation you're facing, either being related to college or just life in general, learn from those around you so that you can always better yourself. And no matter what you choose to do, I want you to always think of what's next. It will always be easier to stay where we feel comfortable. We always need to have a different goal that we want to reach. Having these goals and aspirations will make it easier to keep moving forward. I'd like to leave you with this quote from the novelist Neil Gaiman. The old rules are crumbling and nobody knows what the new rules are. So make up your own rules. Class of 2019, make your own rules. Look toward the future. Don't allow yourself to stay stagnant in a changing world. Thank you, and once again, let's give a round of applause for the graduating class of 2019.
When I first arrived to Thornton in September and had the pleasure of meeting some of the seniors, and some of them came in, they played the piano, they sang songs, they performed poetry, and I was taken aback by this one particular young lady who presented a poem. So I'm going to bring her to the stage this afternoon. Her name is Mecca Daly. She's going to present a poem. It's My Right, written by Camille Davis. Let's welcome Mecca.
It is My Right by Camille Stewart. It is my right, Mama, to go to school. It is my right. I am no fool. Don't have me on the streets, sent from day to day. I should be at school, Mama, where I can learn and play. It is my right, Mama, to have a warm meal. I'm hungry, Mama. What's the deal? You look all fancy in your pretty clothes, yet all your children have dirty clothes and runny nose. It is my right, Mama, to know my dad. He might have left you, but through my body runs his blood. I'm only 10, Mama, but I know my rights. Wake up, Mama, and open your eyes. I feel neglected, rejected, disconnected, unprotected. I need attention. protection, affection, a mother-child connection. Mama, Mama, hear my plight. It is my right, Mama. It is my right.
That's Mecca Daly. Give her another round of applause. To introduce our keynote speaker, our 12th grade advisor, Mr. Hernandez.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are the best. You will be missed. Seriously. Okay. Sherman A. Brown is a life-transforming author, speaker, educator, entrepreneur, and personal growth expert dedicated to empowering the masses to unlock their potential. Through a nexus of works in business, education, government, and community relations, he has become a leading voice of inspiration both nationally and internationally. As founder and chief empowerment officer of the Aim High Empowerment Institute, Mr. Brown is profoundly impacting our educational system by working diligently to dismantle the school-to-prison pipeline while establishing a new school-to-prominence model. The program, under Mr. Brown's leadership, has proven to be a game-changing model for student empowerment and has helped thousands of students remain engaged, educated, and empowered while developing competence, confidence, and character. And this is just to the graduates. This is your last lesson in this building. Listen to this man, okay? We are lucky to have him, all right? Yeah. Thank you. All right, so please help me welcome Mr. Sherman A. Brown.
All right, so we're about to switch things up a little bit here, and I just want to begin by saying, I see some of them remember Dr. Collins. So let me just begin by saying this. Dr. Collins, I was sitting down here looking at the ceremony and I was a bit bothered. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the reason why I was bothered is because as I saw the students coming in, I heard parents clapping, but the claps were just kind of like, yeah, like that's great, right? I didn't see any excitement. And I know a couple weeks ago they had an NBA Finals and there were people who were yelling at a screen to people they don't even know. And they had a whole lot of excitement. So if you know a young person in this room, you don't need to be playing light today. Today is your day to make some noise because one of the things you need to know, you are among a set of innovators. You are among a set of game changers. And we don't need to play it light when we're celebrating our young people. And let me just be real with you. The reason why it's important that we do this is because they're about to go into a world. To be honest with you, they're going to go to some places where they're only tolerated. So when they get in a room with us, and we are the ones who are going to celebrate them, we don't need to play shy about it. We need to make noise every time we see these young people who have come from very far. Now I know today there's going to be a whole lot of talk about real world experiences and the real world that every one of you are about to go into. But I know for a fact there's some of you who live in some conditions and went through some situations in your life. And all of those situations were real world experiences. The one thing we are proud of here today is that when we look at you, it didn't matter where you came from, it didn't matter what you went through, you didn't allow geography to determine your biography. You are right here, right now, writing a new story for your life that's going to take you to another level. So when I look at these students who are standing here before us today, I know that as the years turn, they all went through pain and struggle, but still juggled with the hope of being successful tomorrow. Some thought they weren't going to make it, but they were sadly mistaken. The journey's just begun and they're quickly accelerating. These students are going to higher heights with a vision beyond sight. They're so bright that many are blinded by their light. These young shining stars who are doing their thing, finishing with high school, but keep doing your thing. And as you do it, be sure to rebuke all negativity. Take steps forward and make your dreams a reality. Class of 2019, are we in the house right now? Yeah. Class of 2019, let me tell you something. I am so so pumped, I am so excited for you, and as we stand here today, I know that you are about to go on to another level. There's one of 7 places that you go when you leave high school. Some go to college, others go to the military. Some decide to go to trade schools or become entrepreneurs. But then there's another set, and there's those who are just unemployed and broke. But then there are also those who are RIP, either resting in peace or resting in prison. That's just the reality of where it is. Your decisions, though, will determine your destiny. And of all the lessons that you're going to get here today, there's one lesson that I'm going to give you today that you may not hear, and it may not be a popular lesson amongst the masses. But I'm going to be the first one to tell you that as you're about to go to your next level, you need to be prepared to quit. And I know that sounds off right now, but there are all things that we need to quit and we need to give up in order to go up. So class of 2019, I need to hear you clearly. I quit. The first thing you need to quit is quit making excuses. We have no room for excuses as you're about to go to the next level, and many of you have dreams. But here's what I can tell you for a fact. At the crime scene of every dead dream, the easiest evidence to find is an excuse. There's some excuse that someone has as to why they couldn't make it, why they couldn't make it happen. And there's people who are standing here on this dais, people around the room, and you yourself, you have to understand that there were people who were lynched because they were trying to read. And some of the situations that they went through, you don't have to go through right now, so we have no room for excuses. And let me tell you something that you're going to learn very quickly in life. You can make money or you can make excuses. You can't make both. So if you want to make money, you want to take your life to the next level, you got to quit with the excuses. I quit. Second thing you need to quit is quit complaining. You see, as you're about to go to the next level, you're going to think about all the people who are down and hard on you, and you might say to yourself, man, they give me so much headache. And many times you want to complain. But every struggle you go through is necessary for your growth. I use the example of the caterpillar. You see, in order for the caterpillar to turn into the butterfly, it has to go through something called a cocoon. And when it's going through that cocoon phase, it's not an easy phase. It's not comfortable at all. And some scientists said one time, they said, look, I have this crazy idea. Why don't we make it easier for this caterpillar to transform by cutting the cocoon open? And they tried it. And when they tried to cut the cocoon open, what happened is that the caterpillar died. And the reason the caterpillar died is because it needed that struggle. It needed those setbacks. It needed a cocoon phase in order to rise to the next level. So don't complain about your issues. Embrace them as your building blocks to success to go to your next level. Third thing I want you to quit doing, I want you to quit comparing. We're in a social media driven age where it's easy to look over and see what everyone else is doing. But I believe every one of you in this room, the class of 2019, you were born original. There's no need for you to live like a copy. You are you, and because you are you, you don't have to compare yourself to anyone else. We as adults do it as well. And sometimes we're looking over and it looks like the grass is greener on the other side. What we don't understand is that the water bill is also much higher. So there's no need to look at the green, you just need to do what you need to do so you can get your green. The last thing I'm going to tell you before we leave here today, and it's something that you're going to have to take to heart, you're going to have to quit worrying about the opinions of others. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has something to say. But when I went to Chase Manhattan Bank this morning, I put in cash and I put in checks. The one thing I couldn't deposit was opinions. And everybody always has something to say, especially when they can't do what you do. Because you see, haters traditionally hate what they can't dictate. So all they do is sit and watch, they try to duplicate. Then they get mad. Then they get mad because they can't do the things that you do. So you'll never find a hater who's doing better than you. That's a fact. So I don't need you worrying about the opinions of the naysayers. You have your goals, you have your dreams, you need to go out there and make it happen. And when you are finished with this process, they will look at you clearly and they will be able to say, we are Thornton High School scholars, lifestyle proper, moving up the ladder like a real topper. Some haters gonna hate you, but it really don't matter. Just tell them don't worry like a Kuna Matata. Ladies and gentlemen, give another ringing round of applause to the graduating class of 2019. God bless you all and have a wonderful day.
This gentleman came to visit our school thanks to Dr. Walden, who recommended him. And early on, I wanted to provide the seniors with motivation. It just felt like the energy was down. and we brought in Mr. Brown, and he did a wonderful presentation in the cafeteria. So much so that the young men stood for about 45 minutes afterwards, just talking to him. So let's give another round of applause. Next to the stage, we'll have Dr. Hamilton with a special presentation.
Since the beginning of time, there has always been a valedictorian and a salutatorian of the graduating class. But there is always someone who's worked just as hard. They may have started the race a little behind. They may have had some challenges that may have slowed their pace a little bit. But ultimately, they finish at the same time and they cross the finish line. I am proud to present the Dr. Kenneth R. Hamilton Superintendent's Award to a student who has demonstrated the most improvement. The award reads, presented in recognition for your dedication and hard work to earn this award for the most improved student. And this award is presented to Taj Blake.
Wow, to compose myself. That was my student. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I am here to introduce the valedictorian, who is also one of the first MBK fellows. Over my years of working with the district, I am always amazed by the caliber of students we produce year after year. This student stands out as a natural leader, a compassionate and humble young man, a person who is respected by our faculty, staff, and of course, his peers seated here today. I know that if there is an engineering technology not yet invented, that he will be the one to do so. He will be attending Manhattan College in the fall with a major in mechanical engineering. Let us all welcome Demario Lee Giovanni Buda.
Good afternoon, students, parents, teachers, and other school district personnel, and Mount Vernon, New York citizens. On behalf of the graduating class of 2019, I would like to welcome you all here. You all being here is an incredible sign of support. I also want to thank you for being here because if you weren't here and we were doing this without an audience, we would look crazy. Fellow graduates, although we have met this milestone in our lives, I want you to know that we should not stop here. We need to go further beyond where many of us think is possible. We got this far. What's the point of stopping now, right? Personally, I think there are a few people that need to be thanked for making this day possible for me, and my fellow graduates, of course. I want to thank God and my church family at New Birth Restoring Ministry for instilling me with faith and keeping me steadfast on the path of salvation and success. because without them and anyone else here, I'm sure I would have never been able to reach this point in my life. Next, I really want to thank one of the strongest, hardworking, sincere, and thoughtful people I know, my mother. My mom shoulders so many things on her own, and today I'm happy and proud to show her that all her struggles and all her hard work were not in vain. She did everything she could to make sure I'm not only I had a happy life, but also felt loved and safe as a human. Love you, Mom. Next, it would be wrong if I didn't thank some of the people that put all of us here today. I want to give a shout out and thank you to our superintendent, Dr. Kenneth Hamilton, along with Dr. Bennett Conroy. They made President Barack Obama's My Brother's Keeper program a reality in here in Mount Vernon. And to me, this program was life-changing. I want to thank also both our principals, Ms. Bradley and Dr. Collins. Y'all thought I was finished. I also need to thank Ms. Marte, Ms. Bedone, Dr. Gabaton, Ms. Freeman Mack, Brother Muhammad, Mr. Nippentoff, Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Charney, Mr. Johnston, Ms. Jacobs, Ms. Rustin, and Ms. Capola. They all made my high school experience amazing and unforgettable, and I'm sure they've done the same thing for many of you. Now, if it seems like most of this speech is just me thanking people, you would be right. And to be honest, I'm completely happy to do so. I literally wouldn't be here if it wasn't for some of the people. So why not show a lot of gratitude for it? Me standing up here as valedictorian and being the person I am today was a team effort and never will be something I did on my own. I want everyone to know it's all right to feel lost, uncertain, or confused in life, and it's equally all right to ask for help. There's so much we wouldn't be able to do without some help. Whether it's out of the goodness of your heart or for a paycheck, we end up helping each other in some way, even though it's not even obvious. Little things like when Dr. Gabby would ask us if we were feeling well, or when Mr. Nippentoff would ask, is everything all right in all other classes? And of course, whatever Ms. Jacobs said, thank you for helping her after school. Stuff like that meant a lot to me, and I'm sure to you guys as well. That's why I want to say that we all should help anyone out if you can, and should be grateful for any type of help you receive. Too often, people overlook the help they have and receive and fail to realize that without help, they will struggle forever. And too few people realize that they should go out of their way to help people because many people really need it. Helping people, thanking people, being kind, being there for one another, it costs nothing and means everything. Graduates, try to be better to one another. Be better for one another. When we all work to be better, we become better. That being said, I want to thank one more group of people. Don't worry, this really is the last one. I want to thank some of my closest friends. Juan Franco, Alessandra Martin, Andre Madar, Troy Taylor, Joshua Mendez, Solomon Cleary, and Jonte Williams. You guys really made school and every day of my life something to look forward to. Growing up and surviving with you guys is something I'll never forget and always be thankful for. Okay, finally, this really is the last thank you. I know I lied, but I just want to give one more thank you to everyone for coming here today and showing some love for Nellie A. Thornton's graduating class of 2019. Thank you.
Dr. Hamilton, I present to you the class of 2019.
Dr. Collins, is it your affirmation that the young women and men standing before me today have satisfied all the necessary requirements to complete their high school experience in accordance with the New York State Department of Education?
Yes, Dr. Hamilton. Every single one has met the requirement as set by the New York State Department of Education.
Well, I am honored to accept this class and declare that you are graduates of the Nellie A. President and Board Trustees, I present to you the graduating class of 2019. You may be seated.
At this time, the moment we've all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas.
Demario Lee Giovanni Budai.
Juan David Franco.
Kelsey Bido. Jayla Alexander. Jennifer Aguilera Valdovinos. Stephanie Martin. Mecca Daly. Diani Arias. Jaheim Ashby Wilkins.
Lorden Boasing.
Taj Blake. Kayla Blakely.
Blessed was.
Naya Blyden. Michaela Boyd.
Carlos Bravo. Jayla Brary.
Warren Brown.
Daniel Burgess.
Imani Burnett. Daniel Campbell.
Joanne Casanova.
Sheree Chambers.
Emila Clayton. Solomon Cleary. Davia Cochran. Anthony Cotner. Kiera Cole.
Christopher Cruz.
Adrian Daniel.
Kiara Davis. Cheyenne De Jesus.
David DeSouza. Christopher Dominguez.
Jared Dolphin.
Mikai Douglas.
Jody Doshin.
Erica Dunham. Amber Storm Hopwood.
Eleni Dash.
Charisma Patrick. Kwaku Farson.
Troy Taylor. Kanasia Easton. Malachi Edwards.
Alan Edwards.
Marquez Ellis. Candia English.
Deshaun Erskine.
Quincy Flowers. LaKayla Ford.
Janaya Ford.
Tavon Ferenco. Nandita Gadahar.
Manuel Galado Hijera.
Kayshawn Gale.
Deja Griffin.
Shamar Hart.
Drayshawn Haynes.
Abigail Henry. Azriel Herbert.
Anthony Hernandez. Leslie Hernandez. Joado Hijera. Adelina Ikaka. Davon Jackson. Kenneth Jackson.
Tamala Jarvis.
Christopher Jones.
Janelle Knowles. Britannia Lewis.
DeAndre Lewis.
Ashley Long.
Gabriel Lopez. John Carlos Lopez.
Vanessa Lopez. Joanny Lugo.
Daniel Leto.
Armani Macon.
Christian Martinez.
Anthony Marmalejos.
Daniel Martinez.
Esaus Martinez. Kaimani Maxwell.
Anaya May.
India May. Chanel McBean. Honori McIntosh. Shinique Macmillan. Emily Mendez. Joshua Mendez. Edward Miller. Raymond Miller. Marquise Mitchell. Station Mohandio. Justin Montague.
Jada Morgan.
Andre Medar Jr. Natalia Clark.
Alexandra Martin.
Jonte Williams. Gemma Moreno Larios. Caitlin Acevedo.
Krishna Prasad. Isaiah Mulgrave.
Ty Murphy.
Sierra Noisette. Wilhelmina Paradis. Alan Osavios. Kamaya Parker. Ashley Pierce.
Sashawn Peterkin.
Francesca Provincial.
Johan Polanco Olivares. Jessica Bramlau. Brian Ramos Mata.
Brian Wendell Jr. D'Angelo Reeves.
Shamar Reed. Alicia Reyes.
Joshua Richardson. Lamar Robinson.
Samantha Rocha. Clovis Rodriguez.
Joshua Rodriguez.
Samaya Rollerson.
Kenisha Samuels. Lamont Shepard.
Tajane Short.
Lanesha Simmons.
Lansford St. Clair.
Sophie Sana. Shamar Spencer.
Miss Lady Suarez.
Matthew Taylor. Maya Terry.
Nikaya Terry. Abraham Tlatelpa Soriano. Mauricio Torres Jr. Jesus Valinas.
Stephanie Vaquero. Nia Wallace. Sierra Wallace. Dujane Wilson. Roger William.
May everyone in the class of 2012 please stand. Please stand. I mean 2019.
Students, you are official graduates. You may now switch your tassels.
Okay, at this time, yes. We will have our recessional. We would start with our district administrators, our board members, students, you then follow them out. Parents, if you can remain in your seats. If you can remain. Parents and family, if you can remain in your seats while we do have our recessional. Mr. Dempsey, please.